All right.
Oh, thank you so much.
And then you.
Thank you.
And then you should go.
What is Burning Man? What does all this mean?
A lot of dust is what it means.
My name's Todd. I'm from Los Angeles. I'm making a documentary about Burning Man and what people think about Burning Man. Can you tell me your name, where you're from, and what burn this is for you?
Rachel Valenza, aka Venus Rising.
James Duffy.
Mike Shiley.
Tanya Vessels.
My name is Ian. My playa name is Sniffles.
Android Jones. I'm from Boulder, Colorado.
I'm from London, and this is my second burn.
This is my 5th burn.
This is my 3rd burn.
And this is my 13th consecutive burn.
Finally found Burning Man 11 years ago.
This is your 11th burn.
Yes.
Wow.
And I've enjoyed it. The first 3, I came away saying to myself, and you paid to ruin your health with all the dust. But I got over that, and I learned to park on the fringe. Burning Man is a chance to do something different, of course, and to see things. There's something here for everybody if you just travel around a little. Look, it's can be very exciting some places.
Yeah, definitely one of the most convincing freedom simulations there is. You know, really, we're given a little bit of liberty to really play with the unlimited value of human potential and creativity for a very small amount of time.
Somebody this morning said that it's virtual reality manifested. And I think that kind of sums it up because it's got a little bit of everything. It's absurdity based in reality because everything you see around here is real. I used to say that Burning Man is Mardi Gras in the desert at an art installation. I mean, this is just a gigantic museum, and everything is art. The people are art, the interactions are art, the concepts are art, the art is art, and there is just no end to creativity in what you can think of and do.
It's mind-blowing, isn't it?
It's mind-blowing. It's beautiful.
That Burning Man is impossible, and it's paradoxical. It's this place where you have no rules, and yet there are like these 10 rules you abide by, right? And there's no structure, and there is structure.
I try so many times to explain it to people, and then I just tell them just come and like see for yourself, because you really can't explain it as much as people try. As much as people try to explain to me, I didn't get it until I came. So words are pictures, they don't do it. It's the feeling, and you can't describe it.
Yeah, it's about being free and being who you are and being friendly and loving to everybody. And there's no words, no pictures, no videos that can change that. So yeah, it's an amazing place. I'd come here every year if we can.
So, I mean, I've been to a lot of festivals, and it's always been about partying and raging and going as crazy as you can. But Burning Man's been really surprising in that I've had some of the biggest moments of peace and like serenity, in addition to all the partying as well. So it's been a really good recharge, and it's made me think more clearly about my life in general. I've loved it.
I'm just filled with so much love. Like, there's so much connection here. It feels like family, and I feel stronger with the friends I came with, stronger with my Love her here. It's just, yeah, I feel exuberant.
The way that you define the event is obviously going to be dependent on your experience and what you're exposed to. There's too much here for anybody to have a complete sense. No one person has an idea of what Burning Man is. The 10 principles, if anybody doesn't know them, radical inclusion, gifting, decommodification, radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, communal effort, civic responsibility, leaving no trace, participation, and immediacy. Gifting is a huge part of Burning Man. It's also something that's sort of necessary for the event to be temporary in order for this gifting economy to exist, because we don't have to worry about generating new resources here. It's sort of you come in with what you have and you give what you have freely, and you don't worry about needing to make income that goes along with decommodification. So there's no selling of things, there's no worrying about how you're going to make money and sustain yourself. You know that the event's going to end after a week, and it enables you to go through this gifting thing. You can suddenly just be very free with everybody around you. It enables a lot of open connection and relationship with people that is otherwise not really possible. So I think it's one of the things that makes Burning Man particularly special.
What I really take away from Burning Man is the gifting aspect of it, where it's not for sale, it's not to be traded or bartered for something of like value, which is a commerce. It's given to you without expectation of return. So it's just purely generosity that you're being given at Burning Man. And I like to take that back into the default world and feel good about giving. As a matter of fact, I learned that the more I give, the better I feel to people. And I learned that at Burning Man.
Tell me some examples of like smaller gifts people give.
Well,
like
my girlfriend and I make these little eye bolts. It's an eye bolt with a butterfly nut on it, turned upside down, painted, turned into a little man. These little beads that you can make your own, put your playa name on it. Mine's Shy Dog, or and then it's heavy metal, so you get some swag that swings around your neck. That you see everybody's got their swag.
Yeah.
60% of all burners are virgin burners, and they haven't earned their gold medals the way that other burners will wear their like with pride, as you notice.
Oh yeah.
So we at our camp, we make a bunch of these bolts, and we have bowls of the beads, and we have hundreds of these necklaces, and we invite the new burners to come in and make a personalized.
What's the name of your camp? And where is it?
It's called Dare to Be Rare, and it's at 215 and A. 4 years ago, I've given out over 300 of these things.
Wow.
And I've seen people come to Burning Man, be complete virgins, not know anybody, meet each other at the bead table, and start talking about Burning Man and go off and be friends and have great burns together. And we've seen a lot of people respond to the little simple gifts.
Maybe a hug even
Right.
as a gift.
You can actually just give someone a smile. And what's nice about it is the benefit that you get back is you give them something that costs you absolutely nothing, and it makes them feel really good. There's a lot of times that I need a hug, you know, and or that I don't think I needed a hug, but I needed a hug. And I got one and it felt great. And so that's a form of gifting as well. And your positive attitude is a form of gifting. And so there's a lot of ways that you can give someone.
This is an opportunity to really dive deep into yourself. The workshops, freaking over the top. There are people, highly skilled, highly acclaimed professionals out here in self-development workshops, all kinds of things.
Knowing that the people that you sit down with in talks, you might think it's just a little chat in the middle of a dust storm, but a lot of very big things have stemmed from here. So these aren't small fish, these are pretty big fish. And they're coming in here in all kinds of directions, and some of them you can tell, some of them you can't, but you never know who you're sitting next to and who's listening and who's picking up on things, because this stuff really travels and it really does manifest. And that is exciting as well, because you know you've reached the pinnacle of of this kind of experience globally is here. And you can go to Africa Burn, and these things are amazing. And I do believe they should propagate, and I believe that there should be a lot more of this. But you know that this is the big kahuna, this is the big cheese, this is special.
Oh, nice!
So for me, it's I was already fire performing before I came to Burning Man the first time, so it was another dimension of the event. So it's like people can come here for music, art, just the awesome people, all the amazing things that are here. But being a fire performer adds a whole nother dimension.
Thank you.
Someone's enjoying the shit.
Be equipped to take care of yourself. You can get water and ice here, but bring all the food you think you're going to need, and just stay out of the dirt and the dust if you can.
Yes, the dust storm yesterday annoyed me a bit, and I felt defeated. I was like, damn you, dust storm. I can't cycle through here anymore. I can't deal with you anymore.
Just hellish conditions we had Friday. So we had a dust storm all day, and as a result, the desert didn't warm up. And so last night was so cold.
feel when you see people enjoy your dome?
It's really like I said I felt satisfied.
Yeah.
I haven't felt satisfied in a long time. I felt like, wow.
What do you take from Burning Man now that you've been so many years? What keeps you coming back?
You know, I think it's just love. You know, it's like we can, you know, wax poetically about a lot of really like far out concepts like evolving consciousness and humanity and where we're going with that. But it's just, for me, this is just a really amazing place to experiment and exchange love with other human beings. And it's a way that I can take what I do and express, because my love language is acts of service, and so I can project my service, and it gives me the opportunity to love as many people as I possibly can with this time, which really feels good. And you get to just receive it directly, and, you know, witnessing and being present to like the gratitude of someone, you know, and holding them with that, you know, and you take it and you just let it go straight through you. Nice. You feel like there's a circuit that like gets completed by doing that, and it's really beautiful.
And tell me again about the temple. For people that have never been to Burning Man, what does the temple mean?
I think the temple's a place for anyone of any belief, just to reflect and to, you know, think about what's important to them. So I love the fact that it's very cohesive. It doesn't matter whether you believe in God or not, or if you have, you know, whatever religion you have. It's a place where people can come together and.
Did you read some of the messages inside?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Very powerful. So people who've lost loved ones or who are going through a difficult time in their lives as well. So it's a place for them to kind of let go. And then when the burn comes, the idea is that those kind of messages are regenerated.
It's a very powerful place, isn't it?
Yeah.
The temple at Burning Man, I tell my friends, it actually should be called Temple Burn, not Burning Man, or Burning. It should be called Burning Temple, not Burning Man, because the temple is the most significant burn of the whole week. And so I do find it funny that people call it Burning Man, because it should be called Burning Temple. And when you walk in there, you'll see people getting married, people burying their wives or daughters or dogs' ashes in the ground. You'll see memorials, people crying, people laughing, people wanting to kick cancer, people wanted to just rage at their father, tell incredible revelations about themselves, or just memorialize a loved one or a lost dog. And the temple really is what I think, when it gets right down to it, brings everybody back to Burning Man that come back year after year, is because of the temple.
The temple was important to me because my mother died last September and my father was dying, which is why I almost didn't come to this burn. He's in transition. And to go out to the temple and see everybody's writing about their death experience and posting pictures. There's so much to see. There's just so much. There's so many ways to grieve, and the things that people say, the closure with, which are sometimes emotional and about relationships. And Mom, I'm sorry, and please forgive me, and I forgive myself, and all these different things that people have closure with, and they have a chance to let it go at the burn. One of them was a woman saying, "I forgive all who've ever violated me. I set myself free." It's really powerful. And I went out there and cried my eyes out.
There's no other place, I don't know if there's any other place on earth where you can turn around and see 75,000 people crying with you.
So much joy and peace that it doesn't compare to anything else I've ever experienced.
But this week has really restored my faith, and I know it sounds grandiose, but it's very true. I actually leave here feeling inspired and in love with humanity again.
Burning Man's been really surprising in that I've had some of the biggest moments of peace and serenity.
What keeps you coming back to Burning Man?
I'm hooked. I like it.
How many more times do you think you'll come back?
As long as I live. I'm looking for a couple more years anyhow. I think I can squeeze that out.
What are you going to take away from Burning Man?
I want to take away the attitude of just giving and thinking the best of everybody. And then I also just want to take away this self-expression into every day. Not be afraid to express yourself the way you want to.
That's beautiful. How has Burning Man changed you?
It's just restored my faith in what we can do as a people, irrespective of genders or nationalities. It's nice to know that so many like-minded people can come together and feel strongly enough and produce results.
Everybody ready to go home? Jordan says she's ready to go home. I'm ready to go home.
I'm ready.
As fun as it is, it's hell.
I'll be back next year.
You'll be back next year?
Sure.
That's great.
I don't know about the one after that.
I don't know. I think every year I do toy with the idea of it being like my last one or taking a break, but I can't say. Every year is different. Every year is there different circumstances. Like this is my 13th consecutively. I've got fantasies of just being here till like the bitter end too. And I've got other fantasies of, potentially creating like more space in between, I never make the decision to come back to my next burning until after strike. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I just want to get all my stuff home and then dust it off, and
dust it off.
Then we'll start, our manifestation, our Google SketchUps and our joint conference calls after that.
That's awesome.
I will be back. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to come back for a long time, but I'll probably come back next year.
And what do people say when you come back?
What do people say when you come back?
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
What you learn here and what you can carry out is very important.
Yeah.
The feeling you get with the stuff that you like here, it's important for us to bring it out of here and try to make the world better or different.
Yeah, try to.
Try to.
don't expect paradise. It's what you make it. There's something here for everybody if you just travel around a little.
I know it's a lot of things for a lot of people, and no one's 100% wrong about what it is. I think it's all those things and more.
And how old are you?
Oh, I'm 88 years old. I'm wondering if I'm one of the oldest farts here. Maybe, I don't know.
Only thing I wish I could do right now is wash my hair.
Yeah, my hair is pretty. The only thing I can say is at least her hair isn't oily dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mine is just going to shit.
It's too drying to ever
Yeah.
get truly oily.
Down.